Hi everyone, welcome again to Wingman Wisdom. Thanks for joining me today. In the next few minutes, it is not my intent to make anybody angry, but I've got to be very direct. Some people say I'm too direct. Other people say that I'm too blunt. I don't care. I know that sounds terrible. I'm not trying to make friends. I'm trying to be honest. I think honesty is more important than being nice, but that's just me. I used to be nice and now I try to just be honest. And if I can be nice and honest, that's terrific. But I read every comment, listen to every voicemail, try to get back to as many people as possible, including the fellow that I'm going to respond to in a minute. I'm going to read his comment. And I struggled about this. I'm like, do I read the comment? Do I even talk about it? Do I ignore it? And the comment came after I did an interview with my friends at PPL Motorhomes. They are a member of the RV Dealers I Trust network. I talk about it frequently here around my virtual campfire. And these are dealers that I have personally vetted. I love these people. They're not perfect people, but I love them. And if you're a subscriber to this channel, if you've watched other videos of mine, you know that I don't say they're the only people to buy from. I'd never say that. I say, be responsible, do your own homework. I'm just one of many resources. I don't get paid a commission. I don't get paid a finder's fee. I do some consulting work, and I've said that 100 times. I do some consulting work, and I ain't getting rich doing it, but I enjoy it. And you're going to find out why in the next few minutes. But there are some people out there that just want to, and you know who I'm talking about. I think, honestly, we can all be that kind of a person. We can be nitpicky and we can be critical, and it's hard to take the high road. So I'm going to read this comment and let you think about it, process it, and then I'm going to respond to this gentleman's comment. But it came after this video I did with my friends at PPL. It says, Alan, I think it would be helpful for your viewers to understand your financial relationship to the RV dealers I trust. I think I just answered that. No commission, no finder's fee. Yes, I get paid a consultant fee. I do. And I ain't getting rich. You have implied that you are providing expert advice to your viewers and that you have personally hand-selected these dealers after a thorough vetting process. I'm not sure if you view me as an expert. I'm an expert at life. I've made lots of mistakes, but I've been in the RV business for a long time. And I think I know more than the average bear, but I certainly don't know everything. You claim that you are not compensated by these dealers, specifically via a finder's fee or a commission for any referral. But you mentioned that you consult for these dealers. I do mention that often. I think you should disclose the details about this consulting arrangement so that folks can understand whether your endorsement of these dealers is based upon some form of financial compensation. Your current disclosure is very vague and may not allow viewers to understand your financial interest in endorsing these partners. Also, I think it would be helpful for folks to understand your vetting process and what's included in that process. Patrick. So that was the comment that came in, and I thought about it. I'm like, what do? Do I ignore it? Do I respond to it? Actually, my wife is the first one to see it. She says, honey, have you seen this guy, Patrick? I don't know how to take his comment, but I kind of think it's ugly. I kind of think it's none of his business. What do you think? And this is the truth. My initial response was, really? But then I remembered. The wingman always says, wait a minute, deep breath, observe, think, ponder a little bit. We discussed it again, and I decided that I'm going to play a voicemail for you. She's saying, you get so many nice voicemails. You don't play enough of them. So Patrick, hang on. You're going to want to know how I vet these people. What do I do? When you bought your RV, were you happy with your dealer? Let me back up a second. Should I do nothing? If I do nothing, will somebody go, he's ignoring it? So do I delete it? Do I respond like this? I try to think I'm doing the classy way. I'm trying to give an explanation that you may or may not understand. If you are one of those people that goes, it doesn't matter what I say. If I get $1 million from every dealer, I knew it. If I get $1, well, I don't believe that. So I want to ask you, Patrick, when you go to the doctor, before they do something, then you have surgery. Hang on just a second. I know you're a good doctor. What's your cut? What's the deal here with this hospital? When you go to any place, when you go to a lawyer, how much is your cut? For a real estate agent, how much is your cut? Well, whatever you do, respectfully, Patrick, that's your cut, right? I mean, how far would you drive? Let me just ask you this. How far would you drive to buy an RV? 50 miles, 100 miles, 500 miles? What if you bought an RV from the best dealer ever? Well, how would you find that out? Well, if you're happy with your RV dealer, what did you do after you bought your RV? Did you write them a review? Hopefully you did, a positive review. Did you write them a note? I don't know. Did you call them up and tell them how wonderful they were? RVs are expensive. There are too many bad dealers out there. Do you go to the grocery store and say, peanut butter, $7 a jar? You say, how much is your cut? What are you guys making off of this? I think that most people that are buying an RV, most people that are investing in something that's expensive, they don't mind paying a fair, reasonable price, but they want something for it. They want service for it. They want to feel good about their purchase. And too many people don't. They buy from the big chain stores or from dealers that don't give a crap about anything except this. I think people that are spending as much money as they do deserve a little bit of extra attention. So that said, Patrick and everybody else, the RV dealers I trust, I vet them. I look at reviews, I post things on Facebook, I ask people about them, I try to be unbiased. I do my research. I talk to people I know in the industry. I hear good and bad, and nobody's perfect. And then I start really listening, really digging in. And when I hear good things like you're getting ready to hear in a minute, I want to ask you, if you know of a better RV dealer, somebody that cares, that does a better job than these people, please tell me. I'd like to put them on the network. So let's go ahead and play this phone call and see what you think.
Hello, Alan. My name is John McGregor. I had called you a few weeks back, and I had made a deal with Fairyland Campus, and the deal didn't go through, and blah, 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 all of this, right? So after talking with the guys over there, they made it right. I didn't get the 22, but they did me a hell of a deal on a 23. 2507S. Let me tell you something. Those people are exceptional. They are probably the nicest people I have ever dealt with. The service department, the sale itself. I spent the night at their little campground just to get used to the unit. You couldn't ask for nicer people. Thank you for your recommendation. You should be commended.
Did that sound like a set-up phone call? Somebody was reading off a script? I don't think so. That is what I receive when people buy an RV from my dealers. Not all the time, but quite often. People are just over the moon happy with their purchase. It's not always about the bottom line. Now, the bottom line is important, but when you get service like John from New York, would you drive? You know how far it is? It's 1,330 miles from where he lives to Berryland Campers. And he's over the moon excited about what he bought. He got down there, and a typical New Yorker, sounds like to me, he's pretty blunt. I like blunt. And they didn't have the 2022 that he had his heart set on, but they made it right with a 2023. Don't you want to feel good about your purchase? Does it matter what I make? Does it matter what the dealer makes? They're making too much. Well, then go someplace else. There's a camper store right down the road, probably from where you live. Again, my wife said, just play some phone calls, honey. These people love these dealers. They need to hear that. So I took my wife's advice, played John's phone call, and I got other ones. If you want to hear them, I'll play some in the future. But I want to ask you, have you ever called your dealer and left a message like that? You ever called anybody and said, this is just the greatest thing ever? I've done it maybe a couple times in my life. I think that is the ultimate compliment, a sincere, genuine, from the gut compliment about somebody who just spent a lot of money with you. Makes me proud. It does. Doesn't matter how much money I get paid. It doesn't matter how much money he paid for the trailer. That people are happy. The dealer is happy. The customer is happy. That's what the RV industry, I think, should concentrate on, is making people happy. Not just the day they get it. And then just a few hours later, things go sometimes downhill. So, Patrick, with all due respect, I'm not going to share everything. Like, I shouldn't. That's foolish. I do my homework. You cannot believe this guy from New York. You cannot believe me, and that is okay. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an old guy that's been around the block. And if you can do better, go do it. And if you think that I'm ugly in the way I respond, that is not my intent. But again, I thought about this for a couple of days. My wife found it. She says, honey, I think this guy's being kind of snooty. I said, well, I can be snooty. She says, that's probably not a good idea. So I took a deep breath, thought about it, reread it. I still kind of, part of me says, you know what? I think this guy's being a little bit invasive, if you will. But I'm going to end it there. I love the RV dealers that I work with. I do. As I said, they're not perfect, but they work on perfection. They sell good RVs. They got great people. They're honest. I trust them. I think you can too. When it's time to buy a new RV, shop around. Please shop around. But include the RV dealers that I trust in your shopping. You may find, you know what, that guy from New York was right. And then again, you might not. It's your decision. This is all about responsibility. I want you to be a happy camper. To be a happy camper, I think you need to be an informed, open-minded camper. Again, I'm the RV Wingman. My objective is to be truthful with you, not to be ugly. And Patrick, I'm not being ugly. I'm sure that, you know, it's like, why is he doing this? I should be retired now. I'm semi-retired because I love doing these videos. I love hearing from people that just, are, as I said, are over the moon about their purchase. It makes me feel good to know that I'm trying to help the industry. By the way, if you have a dealer experience, good or bad, whether it's like John from New York or the opposite end of the spectrum, I would love to hear from you. I want to hear about your experience. I want to hear it, not just read it. I want to hear it. Call me. I'm going to give you my phone number. It's 330. This is a 24-hour voicemail. Nobody's going to pick up. I want to hear about your RV dealer experience, good or not so good. 330-946-4626. 330-946-4626. That's 330-WINGMAN. Again, 330-946-4626. I wish you'd save it, put it in your cell phone as a contact. Let me know about your RV dealer experience. If you've got a better experience than the one you just heard, I really do want to hear about it. But thank you so much for dealing with me. Again, if you click the word show more in the description below, it will open up. You'll get all my contact information and links to the RV Dealers I Trust network. So again, thanks for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.